Welcome to the Plastics Anonymous therapy session, where we're here to discuss everything pink, fabulous, and maybe a little bit manipulative. Today, we've got your queen bee herself, Regina George, gracing our metaphorical couch. So grab your burn book, check your trust issues at the door, and let's unravel the mystery behind Regina's tiara-worthy psyche. It's like therapy, but fetch. And we all know fetch is happening. First, let's dive into Regina's demographic information. She's a high school junior, likely around 17 years old, female. She comes from a wealthy background with a somewhat dysfunctional family dynamic, including her mother, who seeks to be the cool and somewhat controlling friend as opposed to a mother figure. Regina holds a prominent social status as the leader of the Plastics, contributing to her identity and potential challenges. Regina's romantic relationships, particularly with Aaron Samuels, may impact her emotional state and self-esteem. Regina's involvement in the Plastics and her leadership role might influence her sense of identity and self-worth. Understanding Regina's demographics is crucial for tailoring counseling strategies, considering her developmental stage, social environment, and family dynamics. It provides a foundation for addressing the unique challenges she faces in the context of her high school experience. Regina George is shaped by several key experiences that contribute to her psychological makeup. First, her role as the leader of the Plastics establishes her as a dominant force in the high school social hierarchy. This experience shapes her identity and influences her behavior. Her relationship with her controlling and manipulative mother plays a significant role. Her mother's influence contributes to Regina's need for control and perfectionism, impacting her self-esteem. The betrayal by her best friend, Katie Heron, exposes Regina to the vulnerability of friendships. This experience may contribute to her guarded nature and difficulty in forming genuine connections. Her romantic involvement with Aaron Samuels and the complexities of high school relationships impact her self-worth and emotional well-being. These experiences contribute to her character's development. Her focus on physical appearance and conformity to beauty standards is evident. Peer pressure and societal expectations play a role in shaping her self-perception and behavior. Her obsession with her reputation and the burn book reflects a fear of judgment and a need for social validation. This experience influences her actions to maintain a certain image. Regina's reaction to being betrayed by her friends highlights her struggle with trust and the impact of betrayal on her emotional well-being. This experience contributes to her guarded and defensive demeanor. Towards the end of the film, Regina experiences a shift in perspective and begins to question the toxicity of her behavior. This phase of self-discovery and potential change is a crucial psychological turning point. Understanding these key experiences provides insight into her psyche. When looking at Erik Erikson's psychosocial stages of development, it is clear that Regina is in the stage of identity versus role confusion. This stage typically occurs during adolescence, roughly around the age of Regina's character in high school. In her search for identity, Regina is navigating the complexities of adolescence, trying to establish her identity within the social hierarchy of high school. Her role as the leader of the Plastics reflects her attempt to define herself through social status. Regina's interactions with the Plastics and her desire for dominance highlight the influence of peer relationships in shaping her identity. The dynamics within the group contribute to her sense of self. The toxic dynamics and conflicts within Regina's relationships, particularly with Katie and the Plastics, contribute to moments of role confusion. She grapples with societal expectations, peer pressure, and her own desires, creating internal conflicts. Towards the end of the film, there are hints of Regina questioning her past behaviors and seeking a path of self-discovery. This suggests the potential for growth and resolution of identity conflicts. Regina, situated in the adolescent phase, exemplifies the challenges of forming a cohesive identity amidst societal pressures, peer relationships, and personal desires. The narratives explore the journey in navigating this developmental stage with all of its complexities and conflicts. I also want to dig into some of Regina's Jungian archetypes because they contribute to the complexity of her personality. First, the queen bee. Regina serves as the epitome of the queen bee archetype, representing dominance, control, and influence within her social circle. Her position as the leader of the Plastics mirrors the monarch-like qualities of this archetype. Also looking at her shadow, Regina's darker side is characterized by manipulation, jealousy, and vindictiveness, which aligns with the shadow archetype. Her behaviors reveal suppressed aspects of her personality that contrast with her public image. She also fits pieces of the archetype entitled the rival. Regina plays the role of the rival archetype, particularly in her relationships with other female characters like Katie Heron. The competition for social status and attention is a central theme in all of her interactions. Regina also exemplifies the victim-turned-aggressor archetype. Her experiences of betrayal and perceived victimization fuel her aggressive and retaliatory behaviors. Regina is a dynamic interplay of various archetypes, contributing to her narrative complexity and psychological depth. Regina would likely benefit from an integrative approach, combining elements from various theoretical orientations. Given her complex personality and the context of her high school experiences, a blend of cognitive, behavioral, psychodynamic, and humanistic approaches might be effective in counseling her. Here are potential theoretical orientations and techniques. First, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Some techniques would include identifying and challenging negative thought patterns, addressing maladaptive behaviors, and developing coping skills for stress and anger management. The focus would be to target her specific behaviors, thoughts, and emotions that contribute to Regina's interpersonal conflicts and self-esteem issues. Next, psychodynamic therapy. Some techniques would include exploring Regina's unconscious motivations, childhood experiences, and relationship dynamics. Using techniques like free association could be helpful in uncovering hidden thoughts and emotions. The focus would be to uncover and work through these unresolved conflicts, such as her relationship with her mother and the impact of past betrayals on her current behavior. Lastly, we talk about humanistic therapy, or person-centered, which is actually my favorite technique. This technique includes providing empathetic and non-judgmental support, emphasizing unconditional positive regard. It encourages self-exploration and expression of emotions. Some of the focus here would be to focus on self-awareness and personal growth, helping Regina develop a more authentic and positive sense of self. If we wanted to dig into some other techniques, we could do some narrative therapy pieces where we explore Regina's life narrative, allowing her to reconstruct her story and identity, externalizing problems to view them more objectively. The focus here would be to address Regina's role as a leader and the impact of societal expectations on her identity, encouraging her to shape a more positive narrative. An integrative approach would allow the therapist to tailor interventions to Regina's unique needs, considering her developmental stage, some archetypes, relational patterns, and the specific challenges she faces in the high school environment depicted in Mean Girls. Anyway, that concludes our therapy session, Regina. Remember, on Wednesdays, we wear insights. You've tackled the burn book of your mind, and now you're on a path to rewrite your own narrative. So go out there, be the queen bee of self-discovery. And if life tries to make fetch happen, you'll be ready to slay it with a healthier dose of humor and wisdom. Keep it girl, Regina. And as always, go get some therapy.